Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation is from Gaudi Mahalla Panjwa in the subsection Gaudi Mala. And the recitation is as follows. Bhavan Tiagio ri Tiagio, Tiagio मैं गुर मिल त्याग्यो, सर्ब सुख आनंद मंगल रसमान गोबिंदे आग्यो। रहाओ मान अबमान दो समाने, मस्तक डारे गुर पाग्यो। संपत हरख न आपत दुखा, रंग ठाकरे लाग्यो। बास बासरी एक स्वामी, उदयन दृष्ट आग्यो। निर्भव भय संत भ्रम डार्यो, पूरन सरभाग्यो। जो किछ करतै कारण कीनो, मन बुरो ना लाग्यो। साध संगत प्रसाद संतन कै, सोयो मन जाग्यो। जन नानक ओढ़ तुहारी परयो, आयो सरनाग्यो। नाम रंग सहज रस माणे, फिर दुख ना लाग्यो। जन नानक ओढ़ तुहारी परयो, आयो सरनाग्यो। नाम रंग सहज रस माणे, फिर दुख ना लाग्यो. This passage continues the theme from the previous one, namely the difficulties that we encounter when we act out of the ego personality. And the Guru here is continuing with that theme. And he says that I abandoned my egocentric thinking as a result of imbibing the wisdom of the good enlightener. Bhavan Tiagio ri Tiagio, Tiagio मैं gur mil Tiagio, upon meeting the Gur, the source of wisdom. And what did that do? It dissolved my ego consciousness. In other words, it transformed my ego consciousness when I surrendered myself to the source of wisdom, the Gur. And as a result, I became intuitively attuned to the writ of the Master, Gobinde Agyo. And it is in this self-awareness that the experience of awakening to bliss and joy happens. Sarva Sukh Ananda Mangal Rasman Gobinde Agyo. Gobinde Agyo, will, the writ, hukam. So the word bhavan has many connotations, but here it refers to conceptual thinking, the doubts, and the chasm in our thinking as a result of our conditioning. So what the Guru is saying is that because I went to the source of wisdom, it actually cohered my thinking into a holistic whole. Tiagyo has been used 4 times, and it is used in various shades of meaning, including to renounce, to look at the world with an even keel, giving up anxiety of the fruits of one's actions. All of these meanings are included in here. And Sarva Sukh, we tend to think of Sukh as material happiness, which it is, But philosophically, from a Gurmat perspective, Sukh always points to an existential state where life becomes wholly agreeable. That is what Sarva Sukh is. And that only happens when we are in harmony with divine will. मान अबमान दो समाने मस्तक डारे गुर पाग्यो. मान अबमान do samane. So the Guru says, when I surrendered to wisdom of the Guru Enlightener, then love and devotion for the Master Self sprang within me. मान अबमान दो समाने मस्तक डार गुर पाग्यो. संपत हरख न आपत दुखा रंग ठाकुरे लाग्यो. Rang ठाकुरे लाग्यो is used in a very nuanced way. It refers to love and devotion arising within, and it also means the world play. Rang also means stage. Rang also means love. So when I surrendered to the wisdom of the Guru Enlightener, then love and devotion for the self sprang inside of me. And I realized that worldly esteem or scorn, the opposites, man abhaman, poverty or wealth, sampat harakh, are alike, though samanne, and they ceased to trouble me, na apat dukha. So wisdom teaches you that, and we'll see how that happens. Because now the Guru is saying, I see these happiness and unhappiness, honor and pride, triumph and disaster, as just being elements of a world play that is happening. So treating the ups and downs of life with equanimity require that holistic thinking and intuitive awareness which is Guru wisdom. When you're attuned with Guru wisdom, you recognize that you're part of a large whole. You're a cog in a big wheel and a node in an infinite network. And Guru Arjan calls it Ranga, the cosmic stage on which a universal drama, constantly shifting flow of events, is playing out. So with that kind of vision, you're less likely to complain about things because you realize that everything is shifting. बास बासरी एको स्वामी उद्यान दृष्टाग्यो निर्भो भय संत परम डार्यो पूर्ण सरभाग्यो. Nirbho bhai sant param daryo. The Sant, the enlightened one, the source of Guru wisdom, removed my illusions. Sant param daryo. I now see, I now perceive the one master self present everywhere. Basa basari eko swami udayan drishtagyo. I see the master self present in habitats. I see the master self present in forests alike. And I've become fearless because I realize that the master self also dwells within me. Puran Sarabhagyo. It is the indwelling essence. So awareness of oneness, Ek-Oankar, which is a mystic unity, to be aware that this mystic unity on the one hand manifests itself as diverse existence, Satnam, on the other, is the key to understanding Guru Nanak's teachings. This is paradoxical, it seems dual, but it isn't. So when one recognizes that the opposites are simply two sides of the same coin, one is no longer troubled by the shifting sands of temporal existence. Because you see, Death, or fear of obliteration, is our existential fear. That's what we fear the most. But when you begin to see the unity behind the diversity, that fear vanishes, because you realize that the transitory world of appearance, where death seems very real and natural, is actually rooted in the eternal, where there is no death, where there is no coming and going. So it's an intuition. It's an intuition and an awareness that you get. And then what happens is, being in the presence of the perfected one and in the company of enlightened individuals has graced me with intuitive insight. That's how that insight comes about. Jo kich karte karan kino man bure na lagyo. Now my sleeping mind is awakened, soe man jagyo. I no longer resist or resent what the doer causes to happen. In other words, full of acceptance. Soe man jagyo, a sleeping mind that awakens. And this refers to self-realization. This is spiritual ignorance, is a sleeping mind. Jana Nanak oot tohari paryo ayo sarnagyo. Nanak the seeker sought shelter at the feet of those who have realized good wisdom. The same theme as in verse 3 above, being in the presence of perfected ones. So Nanak the seeker seeks the shelter of those who are self-realized. And having done that, he now abides in the wisdom of self-knowledge, Nam Rang, and enjoys the bliss of equipoise. Sahaj Rasamane, no longer does the pain of ignorance assail him. Fir dukha na lagyo. On that note, until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.